Okay, this is being a little difficult with me. Great. Okay, give me 1 second, guys. Trying to figure this out. Why is it being weird? Come on, capture the game. Okay, fine. Are we gonna do display then? Jeez. Is this the way to make it work? Oh, fucking ridiculous. Okay, yes, that's finally making it work. Fucking... Anyway, aside from that quick little hiccup right now, guys, yeah, I really wasn't feeling up to playing Final Fantasy. I do not want to waste my hour or so of streaming playing that, of watching cutscenes and stuff, you know? I'm really not in the mood to be playing or watching cutscenes. I mean, don't get me wrong, at least Katawa... I mean, Katawa's Shoujo's not that much different, you're just doing a bunch of reading anyway, but I'm kind of looking forward to this one a lot. I've been hearing that this is one of the best, dating sim games. Keep skip enter, skip under text. Okay, for now, so we are gonna lower the music a little bit. I feel like it's a little loud. Audio delay, text speed. I read fast, so I'm gonna crank it up to here. There we go. Now I feel like I made a mistake. Okay, right there actually sounds good. Change of plans. I remember playing this when I was a teen. Yeah, change of plans. Yeah, like I said, I am not looking forward to playing Final Fantasy. I don't want to watch cutscenes, especially for one that I feel like it's been a bit of a slog to get through. So we're doing this, and enough talking. Let's get into it. It's snowing. Holy crap! A light breeze causes the naked branches overhead to rattle like wooden wind chimes. This is a popular retreat for couples in the summer. The deciduous trees provide a beautiful green canopy, far out of sight of teachers and fellow students. But now in late winter, it feels like I'm standing under a pile of kindling. I breathe into my cupped hands and rub them together furiously to prevent them from numbing in this cold. Oh, so my character already has an established name. Interesting. Hisao. Just how long am I expected to wait out here anyway? I'm sure the note said 4 p.m. Ah, yes, the note. Slipped between the pages of my math book while I wasn't looking. As far as cliches go, I'm more of a fan of the letter in the locker, but at least this way shows a bit of initiative. As I ponder the meaning of the note, the snowfall gradually thickens. The snowflakes silently falling from the white painted sky, the only sign of time passing in this stagnant world. Also, fun fact, this is probably one of these greatest creations to come out of 4chan since anything. 4chan made this fucking game. It's amazing. It's fucking crazy. Never in a million years I imagined I would see an actual playthrough of Katawa Shoujo. My mind exploded. Yeah. Their slow descent upon the frozen forest makes it seem like the time has slowed to a crawl. Don't get me wrong, I was actually periodically checking Steam. Not periodically, but every once in a while when I remember to, I would look it up to see if it was on there, and it never was. Come last month. Literally the day that it was going to be released, that's when I saw it. I don't know what possessed me to decide to look it up that day, but I was like, let me just see, you know? And I remember I searched it on Steam, and there it was, saying, gonna drop in a couple hours. I was like, what? I almost yelled in my office, but out of sheer excitement. And I was telling everyone else, you guys, it's gonna come out, finally! Like I said, I've been hearing so many good things about this. And I consider, I mean, I guess I'll have to see for myself. But I'm assuming that this is like one of the greatest dating sims on PC, in the same way that in Mystic Messenger on mobile, on phones, phone games basically, is one of the best free dating sim games you could play on there. Which, by the way, it's also really fun. It's a great visual novel. Very Korean, though. Well, not very Korean, but you can tell there's some Korean values kind of shining through there. Their slow descent upon the frozen forest makes it seem like time has slowed to a crawl. Oh, I could just press space. Alright, cool. I don't have to click. The rustling of dry snow underfoot startles me, interrupting the quiet mood. Someone is approaching me from behind. Oh no. Hi, Hisao? You came? Oh wait. Oh, it's a softer. A hesitating, barely audible question. So, okay, so in that case it'd be more like, hi, Hisao? You came. However, I recognize the owner of that dainty voice instantly. I feel my heart skip a beat. It's a voice I've listened to hundreds of times, but never as more than an eavesdropper to a conversation. I turn to face this voice, the voice of my dreams. My heart begins to race. It's not a lot, but every route has a sex scene at some point. Oh. Yeah, this is what I heard about. I think they, on Steam, I think they automatically censor it. Iwanako? I got a note telling me to wait here. It was yours? Damn it, I spent all afternoon trying to come up with a good line. That was the result. Pathetic. Yes. I asked a friend to give you that note. I'm so glad you got it. A shy, joyous smile that makes me so tense I couldn't move a single muscle even if I tried. Whoa, 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 whoa. My heart is pounding now as if it were trying to burst out from my chest and claim this girl for itself. So, here we are, out in the cold. Once again, the wind stirs up the branches. The cacophonous noise is music to my ears. Iwanako flinches ever so softly against the gust of wind. You are not dressed for this weather, girl. You need a bigger jacket or something. As it passes, she rights herself, as if supported by some new confidence. Her eyes lock with mine as she lazily twirls her long, dark hair around her finger. All the while, the anxious beating of my heart goes louder. My throat is tight. I doubt I could even force a word out if I tried. You see, I wanted to know if you'd go out with me. I stand there motionless, save for my pounding heart. I want to say something in reply, but my vocal cords feel like they've been stretched beyond the breaking point. Hey, Sal? I reach her to try and massage my throat, but this only sends spikes of blinding pain along my arms. Are you getting a heart attack? Hey, Sal? I have to check this out. Alright, hello everyone, welcome. I know it was supposed to be Final Fantasy, but for those of you who are new, I don't want to spend my, hour and some minutes or whatever, however long I plan to do this, playing that. Oh shit, I didn't read that, fuck. Okay, hold on. I can look at the playback right now real quick. Okay, what were the last ones? Okay, so it says my whole body freezes, save for my eyes, which shoot open in terror. Peace out! The beating in my chest suddenly stops. And I go weak at the knees. Oh shit, you are having a fucking heart attack. Whoa. The world around me, the canopy of bare branches, the dull winter sky, Iwanako running towards me, all these fade to black. The last things I remember before slipping away are the sounds of Iwanako screaming for help, and the incessant clatter of the branches above. And that's how my story ends. He lives! This is the story of a man. A man who has yet to find his destiny. The destiny being a girl. Yeah, look at all those 4chan names. You know what? I'm not gonna make fun of it. No, they... If what is said is true, I am looking forward to this. Part of me is a little scared that it's not gonna live up to the hype that I'm feeling for it. And yet I am so hoping it does. The intro video out of the feels, I feel all giddy inside. Okay. It's been 4 months. It was okay, so it really was a heart attack. I mean, I was kind of thinking it might have been a stroke too or something, but yeah. It's been 4 months since my heart attack. So does this mean he had like a heart condition and he had no idea this whole, like, for most of his life so far? In that whole time, I can probably count the times I left this hospital room unsupervised on one hand. Damn, they were watching like a hawk. 4 months is a pretty long time when you're left alone with your thoughts. I've had plenty of time to come to terms with my situation. Arrhythmia. Oh, it has arrhythmia! A strange word. Foreign, alien one. One that you don't want to be in the same room with. A rare condition. It causes the heart to act erratically and occasionally beat way too fast. It can be fatal. Apparently I've had it for a long time. They said it was a miracle that I was able to go on so long without anything happening. Is that really a miracle? I guess it was supposed to make me feel better, more appreciative of my life. It really didn't do anything to cheer me up. My parents, I think, were hit harder by the news than I was. They practically had 2 hemorrhages apiece. I'd already had a full day by then to digest everything. To them, it was all fresh. They were even willing to sell our house in order to pay for a cure. Ooh, there's no cure for that as far as I know. Of course there isn't a cure. Because of the late discovery of this condition, I've had to stay in the hospital to recuperate from the treatments. When I was first admitted, it felt as if I was missed. For about a week, my room in the ward was full of flowers, balloons, and cards. But the visitors soon dwindled, and all the get-well guests began trickling down to nothing shortly after. I realized that the only reason I'd gotten so many cards and flowers is because sending me their sympathy had been turned into a class project. Ouch. Maybe some people were genuinely concerned, but I doubt it. Even in the beginning, I barely had visitors. By the end of the first month, only my parents came by on a regular basis. Iwanako was the last to stop visiting. After 6 weeks, I never saw her again. We never had that much to talk about when she visited anyway. So much for going out, damn. We didn't touch the subject that was between us in that snowy day ever again. Ooh. The hospital? It's not really a place I'd like to live in. And yet, a lot of people feel like they spend most of their lives in there. It's kind of sad, actually. The doctors and nurses feel so impersonal and faceless. I guess it's because they're in a hurry and they have a million other patients waiting for them. But it makes me feel uncomfortable. For the first month or so, I asked the head cardiologist every time I saw him for a rough estimate of when I'd be able to leave. He never answered anything in a straightforward way, but told me to wait and see if the treatment and surgeries worked. So, I idly observed the scar that those surgeries had left on my chest slowly change its appearance over time. Think of it as some kind of an omen. I still ask the head cardiologist about leaving, and expectations are low enough now that I'm not disappointed anymore when I don't get a reply. The way he shuffles around the answer shows that there is at least some hope. At some point, I stopped watching TV. I don't know why, I just did. Maybe it was the wrong kind of escapism for my situation. I started reading instead. There was a small library at the hospital, although it was more like a storeroom for books. I began working my way through it, one small stack at a time. After consuming them, I would go back for more. I found that I liked reading, and I think I even became a bit addicted. I started feeling naked without a book in my hands. But I loved the stories. That was what my life was like. The days became increasingly harder to distinguish from each other, differing only by the book I was reading and the weather outside. Felt like time blurred into some kind of a gooey mass I was trapped inside, instead of moving within. A week could go by without me really noticing it. Sometimes I paused in realization that I didn't know what day of the week it was. But other times, all the things that surrounded me would painfully crash into my consciousness, through the barrier of nonchalance I had set up for myself. Pages of my book would start to feel sharp and burning hot, and the heaviness in my chest would become so hard to bear that I had to put the book aside and just lay down for a while, looking at the ceiling as if I was going to cry. But that happened only rarely, and I couldn't even cry. I have no mouth and I must scream. Today the doctor comes in and gives me a smile. He seems excited, but not very. It's like he's trying to make an effort to be happy on my behalf. My parents are here. It's been a few days since I've last seen them. Both of them are even sort of dressed up. Is this supposed to be some kind of special occasion? It's not a party. There is this ritual the head cardiologist has. He takes his time sorting his papers, and setting them aside as if to make a point of the pointlessness of what he just did. Then he casually sits down on the edge of the bed next to mine. He looks me in the eyes for a moment. Hello, Hisao. How are you today? I don't answer him, but I smile a little back at him. I believe that you can go home. Your heart is stronger now, and with some precautions, you should be fine. We have all your medication sorted out. I'll give your father the prescription. The doctor hands a sheet of papers to my dad, whose expression turns wooden as he reads it quickly. So many. I take it from his hand and take a look for myself, feeling numb. How am I supposed to react to this? Thanks for all these medications to live on for the rest of my life. Philodipine, warfarin, asthma, ventricular fibrillation. Damn. The absurdly long list of medications staring back at me from the papers seems insurmountable. They all blend together in a sea of letters. This is insane. Side effects, adverse effects, contraindications, and dosages are listed line after line with cold precision. I try to read them, but it's so futile. I can't understand any of it. Attempting to only makes me feel sicker. All this for the rest of my life. Every day. I'm afraid that this is the best we can do at this point. However, new medications are always being developed, so I wouldn't be surprised to see that list fade over the years. Years. What kind of confidence booster is that? I'd have felt better if he hadn't said anything at all. Also, I've spoken with your parents, and we believe that it would be best if you don't return to your old school. What? Please, calm down, Hisao. Listen to what the doctor has to say. Also, I realized it's one letter off from Misao. Which, I have to admit, I feel like I want to revisit during October. Since, you know, it was pretty fun last time, and they did an HD remaster, and they've added more things in it, so... And I haven't done the guy's route, so... That should be fun to take another look back. Calm down? The way it says, it tells me he knew full well that I wouldn't like it. Am I gonna be homeschooled? Whatever my concern shows is ignored. We all understand that your education is paramount, however, I don't think that it's wise for you to be without supervision. At least not until we're sure that your medication is suitable. Yeah, you do have to take it for a while and see if there's any side effects first, so that makes sense. So I've spoken to your parents about a transfer. It's a school called Yamaku Academy that specializes in dealing with disabled students. Disabled? What? It has a 24-hour nursing staff, and it's only a few minutes from a highly regarded general hospital. The majority of students live on the campus. Think of it as a boarding school of sorts. It's designed to give students a degree of independence, while keeping help nearby. That's actually kind of nice. Like, they're helping the students to be pretty independent, even though they're just, they have disabilities, but that's the point, to help them be independent. Independence? It's a school for disabled kids. Don't try to disguise that fact. If it was really that free, there wouldn't be a 24-hour nursing staff, and you wouldn't make a hospital being nearby a selling point. Of course, that's only if you want to go, but your mother and I aren't really able to homeschool you. We went out there and had a look a couple weeks back. I think you'd like it. It looks like I really don't have a choice. Compared to other heart problems, people with your condition usually tend to live long lives. You'll need a job one day. It is a good opportunity to continue your education. This isn't an opportunity. Don't call it an opportunity. Don't call it a goddamn opportunity. Well, you should be excited at the chance to go back to school. I remember you wanted to return to school, and while not the same one, a special school. That's an insult. That is what I want to say. To step down. It's not what you think. All of the students there are pretty active in their own sort of way. It's geared towards students that can still get around and learn, but just need a little help, in one way or another. Your father's right, and many of the graduates of the school have gone on to do amazing things. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability. One of my colleagues in the hospital is a graduate. I don't care. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability. What disability is. I mean, hey, that's something so important was decided for me. But what can I do about it? A normal life is out of the question now. It's funny, I'd always thought my life was actually kind of boring. But now I miss it. I want to protest. I want to blame this lack of reaction on shock or fatigue. I could easily yell out something now. Something about how I can go back to school anyway. But no. I don't say anything. The fact is that I know now it's futile. I look around the room, feeling very tired of all this. The hospital, doctors, my condition, everything. I don't see anything that would make me feel any different. There really isn't a choice. I know this, but the thought of going to a disabled school... What are those even like? As much as I try to put a positive spin on this, it's very difficult. But let me try. A clean slate isn't a bad thing. That's all I can think of to get me through this. At least I still have something. Even if it's a special school, it's something. It's a fresh start, and my life isn't over. It would be a mistake to just resign myself to thinking that. At the very least, I'll try to see what my new life will look like. Oh boy. Act 1. Life expectancy. Also, wait, can I pause this or... Finish the prologue. Ah, okay, so there are options. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me just, Huh. Okay, well, I was told that that the sex scenes are disabled, like they should not pop up, but I guess we'll see, right? No, I do not want to return. Alright, let's just do this. Okay, the gate looked far too pompous for what it was. In fact, gates in general seem to do that. But this one especially so. Fuck this gate in particular. red bricks, black wrought iron, and gray plaster assembled into a whole that didn't feel welcoming at all. I wonder if it looked like what a gate for a school should look like, but couldn't really decide. Probably no. Okay, the music got especially loud in this part. Give me a second. It's those damn fucking winds. Alright, this sounds a little better. Yeah, ooh, sus coming. Listen, whenever there's nudity happening, I always go back and make sure that there's an 18+ film restriction. I think the only time I've done that was for the cat lady, but that's because you straight up saw a topless scene. But that was just the main character bathing. I remember that. But there was nothing explicit otherwise going on. This, however, is saying it's a sex scene, so I'm a little worried about that. We'll see how it goes. And at least this way I can warn Icy as well, so... Of course, I didn't want to get stuck on thinking about the gate for too long, so I entered through it with a brisk pace that felt surprisingly good. Moving forward feels good. Alright, he's getting optimistic. Let's go. People would still watch regardless, that is true. So, I walked towards the main building of Yamaku Academy with this brisk pace. I'm alone, as my parents are taking my stuff to the dorms, and there's supposed to be someone waiting for me. The grounds are incredibly lush, filled with green. It doesn't feel like the kind of grounds a school would have. More like a park, with a clean walkway going past trees and the smell of fresh-cut grass and all other park-like things. Words like clean and hygienic pop into mind. That makes me shudder. I shake them off. Stay open-minded now, it's your new life. You have to take it as it comes. That's what I tell myself. Few buildings loom behind leafy canopies, too big and too many for just a school. Everything seems off. It's different from what I thought I knew about schools. It's an uncanny valley. Even though I was told this is my new school, in the back of my head, it doesn't feel like one. I wonder if the feeling is real or caused by my expectations of a school for the disabled. Speaking of that, I don't see anyone else here. It's kinda eerie. Makes me wish there was somebody here so I could anchor myself to something tangible instead of having this feeling that I stepped into another dimension. The trees hum with the wind and the green hues flashing all around me catch my attention. It makes me think about hospitals again. How they say that the operating rooms are painted green because green is a calming color. So why am I feeling so anxious despite all this greenery? It's funny that the moment I read that, I realized I was shaking my legs. So I'm making myself stop. But I think it's just me wanting to move, really. As 18+, it would attract more attention. Yeah, that's also true. Only after I stand in front of the haughty main building, I surprise myself by realizing why the gate bothered me. It was the last chance I had to turn back, even if I had no life I could return to. But still, after entering, there's absolutely no way I could go back anymore. Feeling nervous and with this realization set in my head, I opened the front door. A tall man with bad posture noticed me as I entered. We're the only people in the lobby, so it's only logical. You must be... Niki? Nakai. So you are. Excellent. I'm your homeroom and science teacher. My name is Muto. Welcome. Exchange a handshake that is neither firm nor sloppy, but he looks at his watch. The head nurse asks you for a brief check-in visit, but there's no time for that now. Oh, should I go later? Yes, afternoon is probably fine. We should get going and introduce you to the rest of the class. They're waiting already. Waiting for me? I don't really like being the center of attention, but I guess it's inevitable in a situation like this. Somehow, not knowing what is waiting for me makes me feel really nervous. Thinking of this, I almost miss what the teacher is saying. Do you want to introduce yourself to the class? Why? Yeah, of course. Yeah, let me... It'll set a good first impression in a Japanese school, right? So and besides, try to just get it over with. Yeah, sure. I mean, isn't that normal? Of course, but not everyone likes to be at the center of attention. I'm probably one of those people, but I guess I should be the one to give the first impression of myself. Right. But it's no problem. Well, let's go then. My heart is pounding my chest and it keeps me thinking about my condition as I follow the teacher up the stairs. The third door down the third floor corridor is marked as the classroom for class 3-3. Muto opens the door and enters. Good morning, everyone. Sorry I'm late again. I hesitate for a split second at the door, freezing on the spot. Oh, get a grip. This is a big step, I know that. But there isn't any point to worrying so much about it, at least not this soon. Whoa. I'm like trying to take a look at everyone. I follow the teacher into the classroom and look around, partially so I won't have to meet the curious gazes of my new classmates. It's pretty spacious. The ceiling is unusually high and there's lots of space left over around and in between desks. Well, actually, I would appreciate a small classroom like this. Oh shit, did I miss that? No, I didn't. Okay, I'm sorry. I had to look back to make sure I didn't miss a line. I thought I didn't read it. An entire wall taken up by blackboards and the high, old-fashioned windows only make it seem larger. The students' desks are just standard wooden desks with a shelf underneath for books and wooden chairs with metal frames. Simple and efficient. I stopped walking in front of the classroom and faced the other students. They all looked normal, like students in any other school. But then, why would they be here? Clearly they have some disability. There's only one or two roots where the sex scene contribute anything to the narrative. So even if they are gone, I doubt you'd be able to tell anyways. Okay. Oh wait, this is a bigger classroom than I thought. They're probably like me and have something wrong with them, only it's just not immediately obvious. Then I noticed that one of the girls seems to be missing the thumb of her right hand. It's a little jarring. Despite the natural tendency to listen when someone's talking about you, I tune out the teacher's speech halfway through while he introduces me to the class. Am I gonna sit over there in that right by the window? Please tell me I'm gonna sit right by the window. I notice a flash of dark hair and see that someone is looking at me. A girl with really long straight hair that's pretty eye-catching. As she sees me looking back at her, she covers her face with her hands as if it will make her invisible. There's one boy with a cane leaning against the lockers at the rear of the class. It's weird seeing someone so young with a cane. Maybe he has a back problem. Another girl seems to be making some weird hand motions. Sign language? She peers at me over the rims of her glasses, then goes back to whatever she's doing. She's kinda cute. So there's a cheery looking girl with pink hair sitting next to her. She's really hard to miss. I don't know how I didn't notice her the moment I walked in. Please welcome our newest classmate. He claps his hands together, so does everyone else. Except one girl in the first row, who has only one hat. I cringe a little, but hide it by bowing in thanks for this applause I did not deserve. A collective silence tells me that I should open my mouth now. So I'm Hisao Nekai. And after that, my hobbies are reading and soccer. I hope to get along well with everyone, even though I'm a new student. And after that, I'm being so boring. This is exactly like every self-introduction ever. I should say something more exciting. I end up saying nothing, and the teacher picks up from there. Everyone seems to be satisfied even with what little I said, though. Few girls are whispering to each other, throwing glances at me. It could have gone worse. I listen to the teacher as he drones about getting along with letting my gaze sweep across the classroom. Everyone seems to be listening to him intently when he's done, they clap their hands again, which feels like a weird thing to do. The first row girl claps on this round with her one hand against her other wrist and ends in a bandaged stump. It makes me feel a little bad. We're going to be doing some group work today, so that'll give you a chance to talk with everyone. Is that okay with you? Yeah, it's fine with me. No, don't make me do group work. That's good. You can work with... Excuse me, Hakamichi. She is the class representative. She can explain anything you might want to know. And who else would be able to do that better, right? How can I know? Teacher passes out the day's assignments and announces that we will be working in groups of 3. It hits me that I don't know who Hakamichi is. Slow, the teacher seems to catch my helpless expression. Oh, right, Hakamichi is right there. Shizune Hakamichi. As he calls out her name, the cute, bubbly-looking girl with bright pink hair and gold eyes waves her hand at me. As you can see next to her, by the window. Hey, I guess you're Hakamichi, right? It's nice to meet you. What? I'm caught off guard by her laughter. It's nice to meet you too, but I'm not Hakamichi, I'm Misha. And this is Hakamichi, Shi-chan. Giggling, Misha points to the girl right next to her, the one I saw using sign language before. It looks like she has been staring at me this whole time. She nods once nonchalantly to show that she acknowledges my presence, but only barely. She has short yet carefully, neatly brushed hair. A pair of oval-shaped glasses bounce on the tip of a dainty nose and dark blue eyes that seem to alternate every few seconds between analytical and slightly bored. It's nice to meet you. She immediately looks at Misha, who smiles and makes a few quick gestures with her hands. Hakamichi nods and makes a few gestures of her own. Oh, so that's her translator. I start to wonder if the teacher was messing with me. Saying things like, you'll be able to talk to people and who better to explain things to you. I could see you're a little confused, right? Right? But I understand why you would think I was Shi-chan. Shi-chan is deaf, so I'm the person who translates things back and forth for her. I'm like an interpreter. She says it's nice to meet you too. You're the new student, aren't you? Well, Shi-chan of course he is. Well, Shi-chan of course he is. If he wasn't, he wouldn't have been standing up there for no reason, right? Right. He seems like a very interesting person, doesn't he? We knew there was going to be a new student, but we didn't know you would be here today. So soon. Hei-chan, right? Hei-chan? Yep, it fits, doesn't it? Did I say it out loud? It's just a surprise. I've never liked that nickname. I don't really see how. It fits. You look just like I imagined. You look just like Hei-chan. I wonder why everyone seems to think so. Nakamichi taps her fingers on the desk to get Misha's attention. They gesture back and forth to each other excitedly, their hands a blur. Misha seems a little overwhelmed. Sorry about that. Shi-chan wants you to know that she's the class rep, so if there's anything you need to know, you can feel free to ask her. Oh, do you like the school so far? We can show you around a little if you haven't had the time to walk around and familiarize yourself with it. Misha stumbles with the hard word a bit, making it stick out in her otherwise fluid translation. Thanks. That would be pretty helpful. Yeah, I just kind of came straight to class today. That's no good. You should always try to learn as much as you can about where you're going before you go there. And not just with school either. Always, even if it's a trip to the convenience store. Really, Shi-chan? What about where you're going? I guess I didn't bother to do that. I just didn't care enough to do so. I didn't look forward to this, even if I committed myself to go along with it half-assedly. But anyway, I don't say anything, and Misha resigns something that ends in a shrug. What was that? Seems like it was about me. I feel like slumping over in my seat. Both of them are smiling, but that shrug hit me unexpectedly deeply. You look down. Are you okay? Don't take it the wrong way, please. I hate when people are afraid to ask questions. That's how people learn things, by asking. Asking for help is perfectly normal, as much as needing help. Stop looking like you just failed a test. Alright. Oh, another thing. You don't have to call her Shi-chan something so formal like Hakamichi or class rep all the time. Just call her Shi-chan. Why'd the music suddenly stop? Okay, maybe that's too casual. Maybe Shizune would be more appropriate. Yep. Shizune is fine. Okay, that would be a lot easier for me. I feel a lot more at ease. Both of them seem so friendly, so I feel like an idiot for being so apprehensive earlier. Especially about Shizune, who I assume would be all business. Well, she still seems like that. Just less so, I guess. Huh? Oh, right. We haven't even touched the assignment. We should start work now, or Shi-chan will get mad. The assignment is... Oh, whoops. The assignment is also kind of long, so should we start now? We want to finish it before the end of class. That too. Shizune glares at the two of us impatiently. I don't need to know sign language to understand that. Okay, I get the message. After class, we can take a walk around the grounds together. It's a nice day today, okay? The assignment is actually very challenging to get through, combining aspects of being both difficult and unnecessarily long. Alright, so obviously that's like our first, what's it called? Romance option. Whatever. Still, we finished a few minutes earlier than anyone else in the class, despite our late start. Shizune and Misha are really capable. Efficiency. They're quite different, though. The class rep is as calm and professional as she looks, while Misha is a lot more playful and girlish. Not to mention a little more easily distracted. To be honest, the two of them did most of the work. I feel guilty about that. Bro, don't worry about that. There's nothing more awkward when, like, you're transferred into a new school in the middle of a school year and you're just like, fuck, where are we on this? There have been times that's happened to me. Okay, drink some water. The clock tower bells ring, signaling the end of the period. Time for lunch. Without knowing what else to do, I follow Misha, who is beckoning me into the hallway and down the stairs. We descend even below the lobby, where I met Muto, down to the bottom floor. Just like everything in the school, the cafeteria seems too spacious and oddly modern in contrast to the classic exterior. Its big windows open at the courtyard towards the main gate. It's the cafeteria! Your enthusiastic statement of the obvious makes people around us stare. But Misha doesn't seem to care, so we proceed to the line. There's a rather long list of menu options, which seems great, but until I realized that many of them are to accommodate students who need special diets. How nice. It almost feels like I'm back at the hospital, eating portions measured with scientific precision to meet the needs of the patients. I picked something at random and followed Shizune to a table, sitting opposite of her. As I nibble indifferently at the food I'd rather not eat, Misha pokes me in the side to get my attention and points to Shizune. I don't understand signs, so the point escapes me. Maybe looking at a person who talks to you is proper and polite. Do you want to know something? What? About anything. We're your guides, so you should ask us if there's something. I wonder. Does it matter what I pick, or? But this sounds pretty arrogant, like, oh, I don't even know anything, I'm good. Well, our guide does read, so maybe about the library. Oh yeah, is there a library in the school? Lately I've gotten into reading a lot, so I'd like to check it out. Misha gives the kind of frown that makes it clear she doesn't consider reading a healthy hobby. But then picks up with her smile again. There it is. It's in the second floor. We can show it to you sometime. Thanks. I returned to my food while the girls talk between themselves. Misha and Shizune shine back and forth very animatedly, throwing excited glances at me, but Misha refrains from translating. Maybe they're talking about secret girl stuff or something. I quickly notice the conversation inside is not enough to fill the silence. We arrive in the class early, but we're not the first. She has a portrait, so she's important. That dark-haired girl I noticed before slumped over at her desk in the last row. She jumps a little when Misha crashes into the room with the elegance of a rhino. She shrinks deeper into her seat. I can feel her tension all the way from here, as if she was slowly turning to stone just from our presence. Misha and Shizune either don't notice or don't mind as they walk directly past her to their seats and begin to converse. I'm left wondering about her, even when the classroom slowly fills with other students and finally the teacher. Getting to the rhythm of school feels strange. It's as if my brain remembers how this is done, but my body doesn't. Towards the end of the class, I started yawning and counting the minutes left. I shouldn't be this tired on my first day of school. Maybe it's a long time spent in the hospital that made me like this. I'm even feeling physically weak and lifeless. Before long, the final bell rings. School is finally over for the day. Saimi, Misha, and Shizune are having a short conversation. After a bit of deliberation, Misha turns to me. Unfortunately, we can't stay and show you around today, Hee-chan. We've got to hurry already, since there's a lot of work for us to do. You'll find your way around here, I'm sure of it. Oh, wait, the teacher said I'd have to see the nurse. Where do I have to go? Oh, is that so? We can't at least show you that much. Come on, the nurses have their own building, so we have to go outside. We join the flow of students making their way down the stairwell and outside, with the girls pointing out other senior classrooms in the same hallway as ours. When we get outside, the girls make their way to a smaller building right next to the school. It's built in the same style, so it looks like it's actually part of the main building. This is the auxiliary building here. There's a lot of official important stuff inside, like the Yamaku Foundation office, and all the nurses' offices. They even have a swimming pool. How is that official? Oh, don't be silly, Hee-chan. It's for physical therapy, of course. Anyway, all the nursing staff facilities are in there too. Head nurse's office is on the first floor. You'll be fine from here, right? We'll be going then. See you tomorrow. Yeah, thanks. Bye. Whole building for stuff that's nothing to do with the actual education. Guess it's necessary for a place like this. I walk in, hoping that this really will be only a quick visit, like the teacher said. On a white door on the left is a green cross with the text "Head Nurse" and a nameplate. A voice from the inside responds to my knock almost immediately, but I can't quite make it out. It sounded a bit like an invitation to open the door, so I invite myself further in. The room is not large, and it smells strange. A friendly-looking man turns around in his office chair to face me as I enter. His desk is neat and tidy, but the bin under the table is overflowing with used medical utensils, and there are at least a dozen coffee cup rings lingering on the desk. Hello there. What can I do for you today? Oh man, you give me the vibes of that creepy doctor from Hateful Boyfriend. He is young looking and sort of rugged, but the dimples in his cheeks wash... Wait, what? And his cheeks wash that impression away when he smiles. Are you the nurse? He smiles like a person who has heard this very same questions hundreds of times. Why, yes I am. It says so on the door, no? You can call me by my name or just the nurse, like everyone does. Of course, I shake off my confusion, realizing I probably should grab his extended hand. His handshake is rather firm and friendly. Right, I'm a new student. My homeroom teacher told me to come in and meet you. My name is Hisa Nikai. His eyes light up with revelation. He snaps his fingers. Oh, you're that Nikai. I was just reading your file in the morning. Some kind of chronic arrhythmia and related congenital heart muscle deficiency, right? He gestures me to sit down. Oh shit, fuck, I accidentally hit this. on. Ah, I missed the thing. Go back, go back, go back. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to find the line that I missed. Does we sit down in a vacant armchair? Okay, in front of his desk. Okay. Yeah. Good. Well, you've probably been briefed about the school enough, so I'll just go over this quickly. Hold on, I'm gonna print down a bit. We have all kinds of facilities available, mostly physical therapy and such. There's always someone from my staff around, even at night, so never hesitate to call us if there is a problem. The famous 24-hour nursing staff. Wow, this is like a hospital. Oh, well, not exactly. For instance, we don't do brain surgery here. His joke feels so out of place that I'm left thinking why he even said it. Yeah, just that's really weird to have so many medical people out of school. Oh, you'll get used to it. I'm not sure. I'm also sure of that myself, but I don't let the nurse know it. Now, let me just find your file again. He searches for something from his computer and shuffles stacks of papers around. I let my gaze wander around the room. It's the epitome of generic, I like to say. Beige walls and ceiling, dark gray laminate flooring, and all the equipment you'd expect from a school nurse's office. Even the ridiculous educational posters are hanging on all four walls, reminding me to eat properly 3 times a day and from all the food groups. Smiling, the nurse draws a thick file from a stack of similarly thick files and opens it. So, you've already had medication for the arrhythmia, just remember to take your pills every morning and evening, or it won't be much help. Apart from that, do you do any sports? Rash stuff like, I don't know, boxing? He grins to his own joke, but I don't. Well, I played soccer occasionally with some classmates. Alright, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to recommend you refrain from doing that, at least for the time being. Oh. I like a reaction makes him raise an eyebrow, but really, I'm not too bothered by him forbidding me to kick a ball around. I guess I never did it out of burning passion for the sport, just to have something to do. Any kind of concussion might be very dangerous to your heart, and risking another attack is not a good idea. Was the previous one caused by a sudden concussion to the chest area? There's no mention of the cause in your papers. Not exactly. I sidestep the question acceptably, and he glances at me over his papers, with a more serious expression on his face. Still, you need to keep your body healthy, so some exercise would do you good. We have physical therapy and such available, as I said, but I don't think it really needs such heavy measures. Just get some light exercise regularly. So some light walking, brisk walks, or even light jogging, jumping rope, that sort of thing. Swimming? Maybe. There's a pool here. So I was told. You were? Ah, very good. At any rate, I'm sure you've been told this before. You just need to take care not to overexert yourself. He wags his finger to emphasize the point. No need, really. I've heard this 1,000 times already. Possibly has a text history you can... Oh, I can pull up. Oh, okay. You're always trying to be a Jin Ichimari. Oh, yeah, he does look like that guy from Bleach. They call him the fox face dude. Absolutely no unnecessary risks. Take care of yourself. Okay. I goes over my papers one more time and sets them on the desk, obviously content. Alright, good. That's it then. Come see me if you ever need something. I mushered out before I even realized it. A quick visit indeed. I ended up standing in front of the main building and the auxiliary building. Although, to my eyes, they still look one and the same. It's the first real look I get at the other students, so I watch people coming out of the school, going towards the gate or the dorms. Everyone seems to know where they are going. And I still keep thinking that most of them don't look too special for being students at a special school. Then again, neither do I. Does that make me one of them? One of us? I should go somewhere too, to prevent me from getting lost. It's around dinner time, but I feel tired instead of hungry. The weariness in me only grows as I trudge towards the dorms, sit a little way apart from the main building complex. There's a garden of sorts between the school and the dorms, shrubbery, flowers, and that overbearing smell of fresh-cut grass that fills the atmosphere. Dawns on my tired mind that the smell feels novel because I haven't been outside at all for so long. The dorm building is big and made of red brick. Like the others, it feels way too pompous for what it is. So, I push forward, going inside. What's with the faces drawn there? What the fuck? It takes more time than necessary to fish out the key I was given for my pocket. Room 119. Despite the ornate exterior, the inside of the dorm is fairly new, functional, and boring. Just like in the main building, the halls and doors are wide to accommodate wheelchairs. Same goes for the elevators at the ends of the hallways. I poke my head around the corner of the common room door. Inside, a few students are watching the television. One nods and gives a quick hello before turning back to the TV. Seems that only the girls around here are sociable. I suppose that's perfectly fine with me. Climb the stairs to the upper floor. Here, small corridors branch off from the main hallway. Each of these minor halls seems to have a toilet and a shower, as well as 4 rooms. Halfway down the hall, I spy room 119. The nameplates in the rooms adjacent to mine are blank. I guess there's just 2 of us here. Light shines from below the room of 117, so I knock lightly. Hello? Is anyone home? From inside, I hear a few movements, and the clicking of way more locks than I thought these doors had. After a moment, the door squeaks open. Oh, it's a guy. It's Harry Potter! He's even got the Gryffindor scarf. The spectacled boy is standing in the doorway. He's looking at me very intently through his extremely thick eyeglasses. Oh, who is it? Blind? No, at least not completely. Why would he have eyeglasses if he was? He leans closer to me until our noses are almost touching. His breath stinks of garlic. You're eating garlic. He's telling Nakai. I'm moving into the next room. I thought I should introduce my... His face suddenly brightens in realization. He stands back upright, thrusting his hand out, a smiling greeting almost straight to my diaphragm. Oh, what's up, dude? My name's Kenji. Hi. See Kenji's sweaty hand and shake it, still a little rattled by the sudden change of attitude and vehement welcome. Oh, there were some suspicious-looking people going in and out of your room earlier. It's probably my parents. Oh, your parents? You sure? Because there could have been some other people, too. You can't judge a book by its cover. This out of place proverb is left hanging between us awkwardly as I try to think of some way to respond. I'd say the chances are high enough. He shudders and makes some exaggerated hand gestures. You're a brave man, he's out. Me? I don't think I could trust those chances. The only one I trust is myself. Does that mean I shouldn't get to know you either? Thinks about this for a while. A wise decision. Damn, you're smarter than you look. Probably. What do you look like? I hope I'm not smart. Squints his eyes and leans closer again, but I lean backwards to dodge it. Never mind, it doesn't matter. With that, he turns, fumbles around for a moment, searches the door handle, and shuts the door behind him. Slide the key into the lock of the door marked 119. Bleak beige walls, white linen, and a desk made of some type of light wood. Ugly curtains. The man, the myth, the legend, Kenji. It's no one's room. Personal, like my hospital room was. My bags are sitting at the foot of my bed, looking less emptier than they did this morning. Closet sitting open, stocked with my clothes. Also, it seems that there are a number of school uniforms hanging there as well. A note is pinned to the sleeve of one of my shirts. Hi, Hee-chan. We've unpacked your things and made your bed. They said that if these don't fit, then you should go to the office tomorrow. And if you have any problems, you can always call us. Love, Mom and Dad. Well, at least I don't have to worry about unpacking. I kind of hoped I would have. Then there would be something to do. It's still too early. But aren't you tired? Put the note down on the desktop and lie down on the bed, feeling drained. Lying there makes me want to read something, but I have nothing with me. I wonder if the hospital conditioned me for wanting to read whenever I had nothing to do. The restless urge just keeps growing until I have to stand up. Maybe it's stress or something. I was pretty nervous about it before coming, and for the entire day too. I still am, I think. Damn, I have to distract myself somehow, so I won't be this unnatural all the time. Tomorrow, I'll go borrow some books from the library. Yeah, I'll do that. For now... The bottles of medications neatly arranged on my night table catch my eye. Pick one up and shake it just to hear the contents rattle inside, and then read the glued-on pharmacy label. Kai, 2 tablets daily to stay alive. Doesn't really say that, but it could just as well. It's kind of twisted, having your life depend on chemicals like this. I resent it a little bit, but what choice do I have? With a sigh, I begin my new daily ritual of taking the right number of pills from each bottle, being careful to check the correct dosages. I lie down again, feeling hollow and uncertain. And after that, I keep staring at the blank, unfamiliar ceiling for a long time. It doesn't start looking anywhere familiar, not even after darkness falls and long shadows draw across my room like fingers. The sheets feel slightly more comfortable, warm and nest-like against the chill that passes for room temperature air. Soon, the lighter shade of darkness that is the ceiling looks like every ceiling does at night, and it becomes the only thing I recognize anymore. The night beckons me to sleep, and I feel the coldness of unfamiliarity and fear creeping up my spine once again. I keep drifting further away from the world I know. Oh, new. I wake up in a strange room. Solid morning light shimmers against the light gray ceiling. I forgot to draw the curtains closed last night. Why? That's my room, isn't it? My room. This is the 3rd room this year that I'm supposed to call mine. Various things around here remind me that, indeed, it's me who is supposed to be the one living here. My bag's on the floor, my new school books on the desk, and numerous medications on the night table. I stare at the bottles for a moment, deliberating, until I open a bottle, shake out a pill, and pop out a tablet from a foil sheet. I down them with a chaser of water without thinking about the chemistry. My uniform's in the closet. I slink out from under the sheets and stretch my back before dressing up. Putting on a new school uniform feels like dressing in someone else's clothes. The artificial smell of generic detergent invades my nose, but the feeling of fresh cloth against my back is a good one. A natural one. It feels like a school uniform as it should. It's not much different from what I used to wear before. That goes for other things too. So far, this place seems more or less like a normal school. Except for the people. Think back to my talk with Kenji yesterday, Misha's constant laughter, and Shizune's sweeping sign language gestures. Well, I've only met 3 students so far. Maybe they aren't that normal, but I'm sure others are. Or perhaps people like them are what passes for normal around here. Yeah, what does pass for normal around here? What do people do? I didn't see a lot of kids hanging around after class yesterday, so maybe there are clubs. If so, I wonder if I should join one. All through class, the question remains on my mind, so I decided to ask Shizune about it when we split into groups. After all, she didn't say if I had anything I want to know. I should ask her. She crosses her arms and shifts her gaze slowly to Misha, who looks more preoccupied with trying to grind the eraser of her pencil down so that the top is perfect and evenly flat. Look at that angry face. Sorry, Shi-chan. Is there something you wanted from me? Oh, I see. That's a good question, Hee-chan. First thought is that she means she doesn't know, which is worrying. Maybe I'm being too negative. Well, anyway, Misha, please don't prove me right. Oh, that's right. Everyone is encouraged to join a club. A lot of people do so because there isn't really anything else to do. There are also school events, like the festival coming up in a few days. Almost every student in school tends to help out with it, doing whatever. So, you actually transferred in at a busy time. Maybe you can help out too. Sure. What's the festival about? Misha freezes. I don't know, Shi-chan. The truth is it's a local event. I'm not from this area, so... starts signing desperately to Shizune, asking her to bail her out. Shizune adjusts her glasses at the end of an oddly grandiose flourish and starts signing hard and heavy. Oh. Ah, who cares? Misha puffs out her chest as she shouts Shizune's words out at me with a disproportionate amount of pride. Too loud. I can see heads turning to look in our direction. But not so loud. Human beings evolve with each new generation. The ideals and beliefs behind a festival will inevitably change with time. Now it's about delicious fried food and amusing little games that you play to win prizes. The teacher clears his throat very loudly, batting his long wooden pointer against his other palm like a baton. He shoots a pointed gaze at us. Finally noticing where we are, Misha stifles a yelp and quickly quiets down. Shizune doesn't seem embarrassed at all, though, rushing off without a care. We're in the middle of class and should start working. That's right, Shichan. What? Oh, that's right, Shichan. Are you asking because you're interested in joining a club? It could have been my eyes playing tricks on me, but I think I saw a suspicious glance exchanged between them. Misha's tone has also changed, although it does have every other word anyway. Yeah, I was thinking about it. Misha and Shizune look at each other again. I'm about to ask what they have in mind when something dark flutters in my peripheral vision, catching my attention. At the corner of my eye, I see the girl with long dark hair get up from her desk and slip silently towards the door. It doesn't seem like she was working in any group. No one seems to notice her but me. I glance at the teacher who's also looking at the dark-haired girl. Why doesn't he say anything? Hee-chan? Is something wrong? Do I look as uneasy as I feel? Or is Misha just looking at me, looking after the girl who left? No, nothing. Okay, well, like we were asking, you don't have any plans for lunch today, do you? I thought I would go to the library and pick up some books. Not really. Do you want to have lunch together then? Sure. Yay! Okay, Hee-chan. Perfect. Okay. Rest of class passes uneventfully. The girl with the long hair never came back. Oh, okay. Or at the time to put any more thought into where she could have gone, the teacher informs us that it's time to stop working. Shizune looks more than a little annoyed that we only just barely managed to finish all our work on time. I'm just glad we finished it at all. It's not a contest or anything. Yes, it is, Hee-chan. Impossible. Really? Really. I've noticed this before. It's kind of funny how Misha is always moving her hands and signing not only everything she says, but what anyone else is saying at any given time. That's why, because she's literally translating for her, that's why. In real time. Obviously, it must be so Shizune can understand it. Her eyes dart back and forth between Misha's hands and me. I don't know who I'm supposed to be looking at. Talking to Misha, but that might be wrong. Maybe I should face Shizune. I'm used to looking in the direction of the person whose voice I'm hearing, but really... Shizune can't hear me. But it would be disrespectful to talk to her only through Misha. Then again, isn't that what she's doing? No, she's at least looking at me. This is all very confusing, and will take some time to get used to. It's not a contest, because contests are competitions over a prize. If there's no prize online, it's not really a contest. Shizune's eyes flash dangerously with a competitive glare. She stares at me as if surprised that I'm challenging her, thinking maybe this is a contest to her. I never noticed before how dark and blue her eyes are. It's truly an alluring gaze. Are you sure, Hee-chan? Very sure. Haha, you're wrong, Hee-chan, because I don't want to be the slowest one in the class. Therefore, what's on the line is my confidence in my abilities, and the prize is the satisfaction of proving them. Wahahaha! Shizune pushes her glasses up to the bridge of her nose in a very matter-of-fact way. Ah, yes, the anime villain push your glasses up move. I do that all the time, actually. I'd argue more, but the bell rings, and she quickly gets up and picks up her bag, looking at me expectantly. I'd almost forgotten that I was supposed to have lunch with them. Where do you want to eat? The cafeteria? That's so plain. Okay, let's go. Plain? Well, I guess. At my old school, I liked to eat outside near the back of the building. It was a good spot, but I didn't find it until near the end of my freshman year. I wonder if there's a similar place to eat here. Misha seems to imply as much. Shizune and Misha pull me towards the cafeteria, which is surprisingly not packed. Maybe some students favor eating in classroom or outdoors. I saw some of my classmates had boxed lunches. After we finish eating, Misha picks up where we left off earlier. So, Hee-chan, you wanted to know about clubs and stuff, right? Right? Oh, right, Shi-chan. Okay, I guess it makes sense to ask first. Exchanging little nods of confirmation, they turn to face me again, and Misha changed her posture, as if she's about to deliver a speech. Hee-chan, do you have anything you're really interested in? I used to play soccer, but I'm not really into it. I don't follow the teams and players or anything like that. As of late, I usually just read a lot. Huh, there is a book club, right, Shi-chan? Right, okay, but it seems like they have all the members they could possibly have right now. Sorry, Shi-chan. Hee-chan, sorry. It's a really popular club. Oh, okay. More to the point, Hee-chan. Does this mean that you don't have anything already in mind? Not really. Good, great. That's great, Hee-chan. Really great. Why is it so great? No reason. Well, Hee-chan, other than clubs in the upcoming festival, there is one other thing. Student council! I see. I didn't know the school had a student council. That was a very melodramatic setup, though, just to tell me that. I'm pretty sure the two of them know this because Shizune looks a little embarrassed about it and Misha is laughing. Shizune quickly retakes control of the discussion, in a matter of speaking. After all, it's still Misha who has to voice whatever she says. Oh, right. Okay, Hee-chan, maybe you should join the student council. They could use more people? Yes, definitely. You should definitely join. Why? Well, for one, we could hang out every day, Hee-chan. Shi-chan and I are both in the student council. Actually, Shi-chan is the president. Starting to get the suspicion that Shizune and Misha might not exactly be the most unbiased people to talk about this with. Oh yeah. As I read in my mind, Shizune quickly adjusts her glasses and signs something to Misha. Of course, we're not trying to get you to join just because we would obviously benefit from you joining the student council, and therefore have an incentive to try and get you to... So you're admitting that? No, we have been nothing. I mean, Hee-chan, of course it'd be nice if you joined, and we'd appreciate it. But even without all that, joining the student council shows a healthy interest in the workings of one's school. Yep, it's true, Hee-chan. Besides, don't you want to spend time with us after school, Hee-chan? I can't tell if she's being genuine or if this is just really good acting. Both of them seem to be trying hard to look their cutest, although they are already pretty cute to begin with. Well... Can't have time to sleep on it. So it's settled then. Welcome to the student council, Hee-chan. What? No! Aw. See, Shi-chan, of course it wouldn't go so easily. Yep, that's right. Though it'd be boring if it went that smoothly. Oh well. Shi-chan owes me candy now. You are betting on it? Hey, my life is not a game here. Shizune seems very intrigued by this when Misha signs it to her. The aggressive glint returns to her eyes. That's interesting, Hee-chan. Let's play a game. That's not what I said. How about rich man, poor man, Hee-chan? If you lose, you have to join the student council. No, absolutely not. Aw, why not? Well, because you two both have the same incentive, and therefore the same goal, which is to get me to join the student council, right? Yep. Yeah, that isn't my goal. But what this means is that both of you can team up and I'll be at a clear disadvantage, so I will have to decline. Hey Chan, I'm very offended. Are you saying you don't trust us? and that we would pull something so disingenuous? That makes me sad. Sorry? It's hard to tell where Shizune's influence ends and Misha's thoughts begin. In order to atone for hurting a young girl's feelings, you should definitely join the student council. No. How about a game of paper football instead of rich man, poor man? Paper football? Yeah, it's a game they play in America. Oh yeah, I remember the triangle and you flick it. I remember that shit. The fucking boys did it all the time. You make a paper triangle and then you try to shoot it past goalposts that the other players make with their fingers. A couple routes have nudity, even with necessity to turn off. Found out for myself. Oh, okay. Alright. Well, good thing I know. So then, like I said, I can warn a friend about it. Isn't it cool? It's the ultimate form of competition between two people, Hee-chan. And it's also played by elementary middle school children, Shi-chan. That means it's a game that really separates the boys from the men. Or like boys from the slightly older boys. Anyway, I'm not going to play that either. Just the fact that you know about it means you're probably surprisingly good at it. Okay, yeah, that's true. How did you know, Hee-chan? Shizune frowns at Misha, telling me that she probably wasn't supposed to admit that so readily. I wouldn't say that I'm happy with their attempts to get me into the student council, but I'm a little curious about what the student council does here. I've never been on one before, or even known anybody who was a member, so it interests me. I also kind of like Shizune and Misha, so maybe it wouldn't be so bad. Okay, Hee-chan, how about Risk? The game of world domination. I don't know what that is. It's really fun, Hee-chan. You fight for control of the world with armies and everything. Sounds like Shizune would be good at it. If you want to play, we can after school. Meet me in the playground after school. Oh, really, Shi-chan? We can just play for fun, Hee-chan. Shi-chan hasn't played in a long time, so if you want to, there are no strings attached. Oh, well, okay. Okay. Perfect. Let's see you after school in the student council room then, Hee-chan. Oh, wait, why there? Cause that's where we keep the game. I grimace to tell them how much I do not like this, but it's more for show than anything. So in the end I agree, but only after getting Shizune to acknowledge that I don't mean anything concrete just by accepting to take a look around and play a game with her. Lunch ends and we go back to class. This can be solved by a children's card game. Oh yeah. Stop. Believe in the heart of the cards. During afternoon classes, the long-haired girl comes back and sits down in her seat without a word. Again, no one seems to notice. Or, if they do, no one says anything. I want to ask Misha about it, but I don't want to be nosy. After school, Shizune and Misha quickly find me by the first floor lobby and latch onto me, covering each flank in case I might try to escape. I feel a little offended, but I've been considering it. Nevertheless, I'm a bit disturbed that enough people have made a break for it in the past that they're on their guard. What's with the escort? This doesn't make me feel very comfortable. Acting makes me feel like a dangerous prisoner being transported to his cell. What's wrong, Hee-chan? That's right, we're just gonna go play a game of Risk, remember? I don't know. Misha, all seems a little sinister to me. I start thinking that when we sit down to play the game, they'll tie me down and torture me until I agree to join the student council. Well, that's highly unlikely, but still, for some reason it just seems like it would be so plausible. Getting to the student council room is as simple as turning 2 corners from where we started. What? That's it? This makes you guys being so on top of me seem a little silly. That's not true, Hee-chan. Shi-chan says that when their life is threatened, people have shown the capability to pull off superhuman bursts of speed. Life is threatened? Expression unchanging, Misha signs something amusedly to Shizune, who makes a baffling face and puts her hands behind her back, looking pleased with herself. Misha feigns deafness and hums cheerily. Stop that. I know you heard me. You have no excuse, unlike Shizune. Shizune opens the door to the student council room. It's a very plain, sparsely decorated room, although it is quite large and maybe even a little larger than a classroom. There's a big table in the center, surrounded by chairs, and a smaller desk prominently placed in the back that I assume is Shizune's. There are a lot of regular desks and chairs stacked to one side, as well. Extras, perhaps. Aside from the tables and chairs, the room doesn't have much else to offer. Just a couple of filing cabinets and bookshelves stacked with old school records and documents. Not much else. In fact, nothing else. This is a pretty bleak room. They could at least put a pot of plant in here or something. But the most noticeable thing that this room doesn't have is other people. Are we early? No. What do you mean no? Does it mean nobody else is coming today? Yeah, that's right. Where I managed to ask why that's the case, Shizune clapped her hands together very energetically. Hee-chan, let's play Risk. Come on, you promised, didn't you? You have to. Okay. Do you want to know the rules? We can explain to you while we set up everything up. While Misha is talking, Shizune takes out what looks like a board game from behind one of the filing cabinets and throws it on the table. Actually, this looks kind of interesting. After Misha spends a little too long for her liking running through the basics with a somewhat vague and confusing tutorial, Shizune cuts in and declares the game has started with a decisive motion, slicing her arm through the air. Shizune's aggressiveness is rubbing off onto me. It's definitely more competitive than I intended to be when I agreed to this. Halfway into the game, while I try to ponder how to defend against Shizune's assaults from two fronts, she breaks my concentration by drumming her fingers on the table to get my attention. Hee-chan, Shi-chan wants you to know that you are taking too long to make a move. Shi-chan also says that she will let you keep Australia if you agree to join the student council. I thought this is a game with no strings attached. Just the fact that she would dangle that over my head as an offer means that she knows I care about the outcome of this game. And anyway, no. Shi-chan admires your fighting spirit and would be a benevolent dictator who will spare your people if you agree to join the student council. Ha 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 ha. You're so competitive, Shizune. She's gonna take this as a compliment. I would expect the student council president to be a little more magnanimous. Magnanimous? She doesn't even know what the word means or how it's signed, so she pulls out a piece of paper and writes it for Shizune. In return, signs it back to Misha. Misha presses her index fingers against her temples, as if trying to physically imprint the word into her memory. Suddenly, Shizune bursts into a flurry of gestures. Misha looks daunted by the pace of her heated signing. Wait, please, slow down, Shi-chan. Hee-chan, Shi-chan says you're going to lose. Tell her to crush her world empire with my rebellion. Okay. Her face. Those eyes of hers shine with childlike mischief. She says you have no choice if you keep playing like this. No, you won't. It's a trap. It's hard to play defensively here. She's pointing to attack aggressively. Is she trying to bait me, or should I just retaliate, or is she expecting me to attack aggressively? Well, they do say the best defense is a strong offense. Attack! Yes. Also, I have to admit, I appreciate how, even though she is deaf, she is very, like, upfront and yeah, like, actually aggressive. I like that. Attack aggressively. She's either really mocking me or trying to trick me. I have nothing else to lose though, so I might as well try something different. Maybe I spread out my forces and try to control more territory so I can recoup their advantage. Shizune seems to focus on conquering whole nations, so maybe I could sacrifice my hold on continents to gain more small countries. It's worth a shot. A few turns later, I end up losing the game anyway. Oh shit. Did it matter? Or would it just the method I picked would it have garnered respect from her? Shizune adjusts her glasses victoriously and allows herself to tentatively pump a fist in the air in celebration. I win! Yay! There's no need to translate, that was pretty clear. Don't look so sad, Hee-chan. You were really giving your best. That's what I thought. Sometimes your best just isn't good enough, though. If anyone knows that, it's me. did very well for someone who just learned how to play today. Hee-chan, you attacked Iceland and North America at the same time. That's a very daring move. Shi-chan is impressed. The mark of great people... Oh, wait, whoops, sorry, I thought that was him speaking. The mark of great people is that they are daring and that they can follow through. You're already halfway there. Isn't that great, Hee-chan? Nah, it isn't enough though. Just potential isn't enough. There's no point to potential if you don't take the first step. And there's no point to that if you don't keep going. I want to see more. You're right, Shi-chan, but that's so demanding. Shizune leans forward, suddenly looking a lot less playful and more like the serious person I expected her to be from the start. Hee-chan, would you like to join the student council? She really doesn't waste any time, does she? But it's only my second day of school, so I'm hesitant about committing to something so early. I haven't even taken a look at any of the clubs yet. Spending time with Shizune and Misha doesn't seem like something I would hate. I still need more time to think about it before I decide for sure. Maybe. I'll get back to you on it. Okay, Hee-chan, but I hope you're not just saying that so we don't feel bad. No, really. Really? Hee-chan, if you're gonna say that, you're saying that is definitely the truth. And there can't be any mistaking it. I know. I guess I should have my revenge for losing, at the very least. Shizune smiles at that. Mischievous wait, oh fuck man, where's my text? Okay, Shizune smiles at that in a mischievous way that feels like twisting a knife in the wound of my loss. Take a glance at the clock on the wall and realize I spent far longer playing Risk than I expected. Sorry, I think I have to go. I want to go to the library. It's not closed yet, is it? Shizune scratches her head and gestures at Misha. How hard can it be to determine whether the library is open? There's a clock right there on the wall. It should be, unless the librarian is absent. I think you're right, Shi-chan. Well, we think the library is open. It's on the second floor. Can't miss it. Do you want us to show you where it is? No thanks. It's okay. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Bye. That's right. One flight of stairs up and I run into problems. The second floor hallway is a carbon copy of the third floor one. Wide, of course, and plain, like only hallways can be. Problem is that the library's whereabouts are not as easily determined as one would think. Classrooms are marked with signs stating which class they belong to, but then there's a plethora of other unmarked rooms. Is the library one of them? Or is it just somewhere down the hallway? I bet on the latter and choose my direction at random. After I turn around the corner, an unmarked door draws my attention because it's not closed. It's not open either, though, just barely ajar, so I can see it's open and nothing else. It makes sense for the library door to be invitingly open, and while this one is not quite that, it's good enough. And at the very least, it means that someone is inside, and I can ask for directions no matter how embarrassing that is. I gingerly push on the center of the door with my fingertips, every muscle in my arm ready to pull back at a moment's notice. The feeling of being an outsider to the school can't be shaken from my mind. So much so that I instinctively feared doing something wrong by entering. The door slowly creaks as if groaning from a deep sleep. It was much easier to open than I anticipated. Leaning over and poking my head over further inside to gain sight of the room as fast as possible, the meek hello on my lips is quickly snatched away. Oh. This is not as I was expecting. I mindlessly let the door open to its full extent, taking the side of the solitary figure taking center stage in the otherwise abandoned room. The situation steals my voice, leaving me standing at this doorway, staring at the beautiful girl. Evidently, having taken her time to assess the situation, the girl gently puts down her teacup and opens her eyes, but doesn't look at me. Hello there. May I help you? Staring directly in front of herself, the movements of her lips seem to break the silence rather than the words. However, it's the soft, measured voice that reminds me she's a being separate from the room itself. Not only is she likely the tallest girl I ever laid eyes on, but even among the foreigners I've met, she's strikingly distinct. Hi. Sorry for intruding. I was just kind of lost. She takes a moment to formulate a response to her speaking. Every action she takes feels as if it's carefully choreographed beforehand. Care to take a seat? Unexpected? Considering that I'm intruding upon her? Thanks. I slowly step towards the other seat opposite her. The girl resting a teacup and saucer on the wooden table in between. The way she doesn't track my movements with her head is telling. That and the slight cloudiness in her eyes means she must be at least partially blind, like Kenji. Come to think of it, her voice doesn't have any detectable accent either. I guess she must be half Japanese. As I take my seat, her composure takes me slightly off guard. Her air of relaxed confidence makes the silence entirely comfortable. The calming atmosphere is so very different from the student council office. I take it you're a new student to Yamaku. Yeah, I just transferred in yesterday. I get the distinct feeling my speech patterns don't match the formality of hers, accentuated by her restrained bow greeting. One in which I hasten a match before realizing the futility of the action. I'm Lily Sato. Pleased to meet you. Hisao. Hisao Nakai. She gives a nod before gesturing roughly in the direction of her teacup. Would you care for a drink? Sure. As much as it pains me, I can't keep step with the formality of the proceedings. She gives a kind nod, taking the request in stride. Without another word, she steps off the chair and prepares a second cup of tea from a collection of supplies laid out along a shelf. A brush here, a brush there, her left hand often lightly touching the side of whichever container she's pouring into. It seems to be a process she's followed dozens of times before. As I lean sideways to see around her back, she seems to use her long, dainty finger to measure the right amount of water in the cup. It's one thing to see the different disabilities that students in my class have, but it's quite another to see how everyone seems to adapt. Shizune and Misha have no problem working together to communicate to me, and Lily herself seems to have workarounds for problems I never thought of. While I feel slightly guilty about her doing the work, she seems pleased to be following the correct process of the offer of preparing the drink. So, her soft voice brings me out of my silent observance. Alright. This is like the third important character. Third romance option, I bet. Which room were you looking for? It's not often this classroom is visited after school. The school library. Shizune and me... some classmates told me it was on this floor. She finishes pouring water into the teacup as she nods, a small metallic tapping coming from the teacup indicating it being stirred. I'm aware of Miss Hakamichi, as are most students. To be with them means you're in class 3-3, no? That's right, in the science room with Muto. She gives a small giggle before setting down this teaspoon and slowly walking towards the table, teacup and saucer in hand. He's quite a character. I imagine you'll come to like him. Most do. Oh, finally we get to see her character. As she sets down the tea, I gently take it and have a sip. I'm really more of a coffee person, but this seems like a rather bad moment to bring it up. Nonetheless, it smells quite nice. I didn't think it'd be hard to choke down. Thanks, Sato. It tastes really nice. She smiles and quickly raises her hand in front of her face. Lily, please. There's no need to be too formal. She says this in spite of her exceedingly well-bred speech. Oh well. I guess I should try and ask her about herself, as it really does seem as if she's catering to me. So, which class are you from? I imagine it's one of the third-year classes. Is she my senpai? Correct. I am class 3-2, which is on the third floor, same as yours. It's taught by Miyagi, and is specifically for both blind and partially blind students. Oh, I see. Sorry. Oh, because you said I see? How dare you expect Kenji? He's the best route, and also— oh wait, Kenji is an option? In our owners, when I did play, I always lost handily. Okay, I'll remember that. I did not know you can pursue Kenji. I feel like slapping myself with the faux pass. Looking at her face, though, she doesn't seem the least bit put off by it. My, there's no need to change your speech on my account. Sure. Sorry, I guess I'm really showing my newness here. An environment like this would be a big change, so I can't fault you for it. While the same can't be said for everyone, many have come to terms with their conditions. Category which would include her, it seems. All too ready to jump ship from this particular topic, I segue into another. Do you come here to drink tea often? It's a really nice place. Think on it, this might be her version of the place behind my school that I like to have lunch at. I come here fairly often during lunch times. My duties as class representative don't leave enough time for an official club, so a friend and I use this room for having tea. Class representative, huh? Compared to Shizune, her mannerisms seem to be almost completely opposite. While Shizune is blunt and fiercely driven, Lily seems relaxed and calm, almost aloof. Kind of think of it, she might be useful for a less biased view of the school's clubs. What kinds of clubs are there to join? The more popular ones are the Track and Field Club, which uses the field near the school during lunch times, the Baseball Club, and the Book Club in a room near the library. There are also numerous small ones too, though, such as the Art and Music Clubs. At a time when I'm just wanting to get on my feet, rushing into a club right away seems slightly unappealing. I wonder if the school shares the same rule as my old one. Is it compulsory to join a club? It isn't, though it is encouraged. Ah, good. That's a relief. I've really let down my guard on the school to let such a thing slip out. The fact seems to slightly amuse her. Not wanting my tea to get cold, I finally start drinking as Lily does the same. As I look over to the window over her shoulder, I notice the light coming into the room has this distinctly orange tint. Even here, time doesn't stand still. He does have a route, but only if you don't commit to any of the girls. Honestly, his either your first or last route. His would clash with the other route significantly. Oh, okay. Huh. Time's gone quickly. Sorry? Right, she's blind. Of course she can't see the sun setting. It just looks like the sun's starting to set. Seems to come as a surprise for her. Guess she must have lost track of the time. Sorry, Hisao. I didn't mean to keep you from the library for so long. I click with to allay her concern. No, it's okay. The library's still open, isn't it? She pauses and takes a moment to think on it. It's probably something I should have asked Shizune when I had the chance, but Lily seems likely to know in any case. True. It's open until 6:30 during weekdays. Quick glance at my watch confirms I have well enough time to get there. I might get going in that case. It's been nice talking with you, Lily. She smiles and gives a deep nod, her hands still neatly folded on the table in front of her. It was my pleasure. Come to think of it, shall I show you where the library is? I couldn't possibly ask for more help. I should be able to find it alright. Well, unless my navigational skills fail me. Which they seem to have a habit of doing. It's alright. I was going to be talking to the librarian there in any case. I could introduce you. This gets better and better. It's pretty hard to deny her offer. If you're sure, then that'd be great. Thanks. As she stands up to follow me, she takes hold of a straight, retractable cane that had been slipped in the handle of her bag on the floor. Compared to the cane the boy in my class had, Lily's looks much thinner and longer. His must be for support, whereas Lily's is for navigation. Together we leave the peaceful room and enter the empty hallway on the way to the library. Side by side, my pace carefully slowed to match hers. We slowly walk through the hallway. It doesn't take long for us to arrive at the door to the warm-looking room, apparently situated in the center of the floor rather than either wing. Ladies first. She gives an appreciative smile at the gesture, taking the lead as we file in. To the left is the wooden library counter, with the library proper being on the right. It easily dwarfs my old school's library. The distinct smell of old books giving the place an almost old world air. There don't seem to be a lot of students here. Considering the time, it isn't a big surprise. Everyone's probably either in the school grounds or the dorms. Yuko, are you here? She says it to the thin air since the librarian doesn't seem to be present. And of course, Lily can't see this. What's unexpected is that it draws a reaction. Something from under the counter thuds against it, followed by a quiet wail. The origin apparently librarian quickly crawls out and bounces up to extremely rigid attention. Oh, hi Lily, how can I help you? Her voice is strained and the feeling attempt to sound casual, and she's rubbing the back of her head. Good afternoon. What happened just now? I heard a strange sound. Oh, it's nothing. I just hit my head. See, I dropped an eraser under my desk, and while I was looking for a pencil dropped. Then when I was looking for both of them, you came and surprised me. Are you alright? I'm sorry, I couldn't know. Oh, it's okay. Sorry for making you worry. This is nothing. I've had worse happen to me. She quickly reversed Lily's apologies, almost frantically trying to push aside the possibility that she could be in any way inconvenienced. Oops. Fuck. I actually hit the spacebar. Fuck. Push aside the possibility that she could be in any way inconvenienced by bashing her head on the counter. Yes. Worse things have happened. The girl fidgets with her fingers, so Lizzie doesn't seem to drop her concerned expression, and then she shuffles some papers around the counter for no reason. A little shorter than Lily, replete with glasses, freckles, and a very troubled look. She seems to fit with the library perfectly. Oh, Lily, did you get my message? Message? Oh, the 2 imported books that arrived. Oh, right, they finally came. I can't believe it took so long, but... Events are celebrations, partially for imagining the change of subject, I'm sure. She knows me from the corner of the eye and freezes on the spot when she does. Oh no, I'm so sorry for not noticing you before. Did you need to check on a book? Or return one? I'm sorry. The way she can so quickly shift between moods is a little unsettling. Oh, he's with me, Yuko. This is Hisao, a newest student. Hisao, this is Yuko, the school librarian. Pleased to meet you. Hisao, right. Hisao. Pleased to meet you too, Hisao. For a second, she visibly attempts to engrave the name on her mind so she won't forget. Yuko often arranges to import foreign books in Braille for me. Would you like to tell Hisao a little something about the library? Lily's innocent suggestion is met with an expression of abject terror. Hey, please Lily, I can't. I don't know what he could be interested in. This is too much responsibility. How is it any responsibility at all? I don't get, but her objection is so sincere, I don't doubt for a second that she would rather disembowel herself on the spot than tell me where the light novels are. But... So, there are a lot of books in Braille here? I tend to save the day by asking the first thing that pops into my head. It seems to work at least partially, as Yuko seems to... not exactly relax, but at least look slightly less tense. Well, I think about a third or a fourth of Yamaku's libraries are either Braille or audio. Makes sense, given all the blind students that'd be here. If it's only that, how come this library is so big in the first place? Well, we get a lot of new books regularly because the library is adequately endowed. That's probably why. They spend more on new books than on my salary, and then I have to organize and shelve all of them. It's so troublesome and they waste so much. I wish I could quit this job. Okay. A very awkward silence follows this revelation of too much information. I'll go check the aisles then, if you don't mind. It's probably best for all of us, if she doesn't keep talking to me. Very well. Meanwhile, Yuko, I'd have those books if it's alright with you. My first impression was right. The library is surprisingly big. Ambling down the narrow aisles, I studied the spines of the books in random order, occasionally sliding one out to read the blurb, taking it with me if it looks good. A few moments, I have a respectable stack of books in my arms. Guess I'll never be stuck for choice in here. The normality of the library sinks in. Sure, there are large print, braille books scattered throughout, but it is what it is. A library. It's as if the call moved from the room I had tea with Lily and snuck with us in here. Unless it was here to begin with. Something about that puts me at ease, just like before. I reach the end of the aisle and find a collection of desks, set for study or personal reading. Going a little further, though, I discover a nice quiet corner at the back. While the rest of the library has the odd student here at a desk either reading or stealthily sleeping, the back is pretty much deserted. As I glance around, I see someone who I recognize sitting on one of the several beanbags. It's the dark-haired girl from my class. The one who snuck out of the classroom earlier. She's reading a book, keeping close to her face, which makes her look like she's really into it. But the way she was acting today, I had her pegged as more of a delinquent than a bookworm. In fact, her mysterious disappearance from the class raises all sorts of whys in my head. Intrigue floats slowly but surely towards the surface, but before I know it, I'm walking towards the mysterious long-haired girl. Guess there's no harm in introducing myself, as I would with anyone else. She's a classmate after all. Walking over to another beanbag, I take a seat and lay my books beside it. The girl starts, looking scarily up at me from underneath her fringe. This is the first time I've seen her this close. Underneath her long, dense bangs, I can see that part of her face, at least a third, if not a half, is pretty badly scarred. My eyes are immediately drawn to the scars, subconsciously peeking past her hair until they meet her own eyes. For a second, I am shocked and divert my eyes to the book in her hands, before I realize that looking away probably only makes it worse. It takes too many seconds to collect myself and remember that I walked up to her for. We're in the same class. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to startle you. Hi, I'm new here. Apologize? Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you. It's okay. The girl certainly doesn't look like it's okay, but I let it slide. So, do you mind if I sit here? She seems to be very uncertain whether it's okay or not for me to sit, but finally, she nods. Just a little. Okay. I take the seat next to her. She hides herself behind her book. Life of Pi. Never heard of it. Oh, it's Life of Pi. I've seen a movie. So, sorry again for startling you. I'm Hisao. She looks up from her book, stalling a little before replying. I know. We are in the same class. Oh, are in the same class. Her speech is stilted and so quiet that it's barely audible even in the still library. Somehow I think that my delinquent impression of her is wrong. Hanako. I'm Hanako. I resist the urge to say that's a nice name just to have something to say, but really it's the only thing I can think of. I feel like an idiot. Everyone here must be used to being different to each other, and here I am being all bothered and fussed about that kind of thing. Don't let me interrupt your reading. I'll just check these books if you don't mind. She nods a little and sighs a little sigh of relief. So I try to read the covers and the introduction of the books I picked up, and she buries her face in her book. Uncomfortable silence consumes us. My eyes still wander her direction, and I sneak peeks at her flowing hair and the scars it's hiding. After all, I realize that she's doing the same and only pretend to be immersed in Life of Pi. Her gaze is not inquisitive at all, darts around like a scared rabbit. When our gazes finally meet, the chain reaction is unstoppable. She stands up forcefully from the beanbag and takes a deep breath. I've gotta go do something. Without warning, Hanako takes off and runs toward the counter. Her hair-like takeoff catches me so off guard that I don't manage to go after her until she has a good head start. By the time I reach the counter, she's nowhere to be seen. Lily and Yuko are happily chatting away. Knowing that I won't be able to catch Hanako myself, I approach the girls. Hey, did you notice a girl run past her? Maybe. What does she look like? Long dark hair, kind of shy. She had, well, some scars on her face. You wouldn't be talking about Hanako, would you? Yeah, that's her. I saw her reading and tried to talk to her, but I think I scared her off or something. Oh dear. Yuko, would you excuse me? I had better try and find her. Oh, sure. I'll just hold on to these until you come back. What's going on? I'm sorry, but I'll have to explain it to you some other time. Oh, right. I'll see you later then. Lily hastily grabs her cane and hurries out of the library, leaving me alone with Yuko. Oh wait, I thought it was her talking. I don't think I'll ever get the hang of this place. Did I do something wrong? What did you do? Nothing. I was just looking for some books and then she got this fit and run off. The most offending thing I could think of was that I might have looked at her general direction a few times. She is a very timid girl. You have to be very careful around her. She can be very jumpy, I think. And she's not accustomed to talking with other people. Isn't that a bit strange? I wonder. It's just how she is, I think. Yuko doesn't sound that convincing. Then again, maybe this is just the norm around here. Everyone has their own problems, or else they wouldn't be here. But how should I deal with these people? Forcing myself to act overly casually only makes me feel phony. Like I was supposed to be ignoring the elephant in the room. Yuko fidgets, looking like she wants to say something to that, but resists it. I think it's an elephant only if you feel that way. I guess she doesn't have a good sense of self-restraint. It makes her smile, and she blushes heavily. What? Did that sound stupid? No, it sounded really wise. I guess you're right. Oh fuck, I did it again. I need to keep my hand off the space button. Fuck, where is it? Text history. Come on. I guess you're right. It's more about me than anyone else. Neither of us has anything to add, so Yuko feels the silence by shuffling some papers around. People who have papers on their desk really like doing that. Did you find any books? I should be closing soon. I mean, this library should be closing. But I have to do it. I hope that's not too inconvenient for you. Oh yeah, I want some books, but I left them over there because... I'll just go get them. I fetched my stack of books from beside the big bags where Hanako and I were sitting and returned to the counter. Oh wow, you read a lot, don't you? I surprised myself with that too, honestly. At least when I really think about it. I had a lot of free time earlier this year, so just kind of started reading books to fill that time. I couldn't do much else. Oh, I see. I shouldn't say anything else and just checks out my books for me. I guess this is what they call tact. Holding the library books with an arm, I trowel my pocket over for the key to the door. A sudden sound from behind startles me, making me nearly drop the books I'm carrying or the key that I almost matched to get into the lock. Who is it? Trying to see who is talking to me. It's Kenji. Seems to be in a friendly mood, although the light glinting off his glasses in the dark seems to give him a sinister look. It's just me. He takes a pause and slips nervously. Who is me? I don't know anyone called me. Are you some new guy again? His voice is suddenly... Fuck. God damn it, why do I keep doing this? His voice is suddenly strained and quick. Okay. Yes, but we met before. Yesterday. I don't think so. I remember someone who I only met yesterday. What was that? What day is it today? I try to ignore him. Is he joking or what? Proof that we met before. You live across the hall, you're Kenji. Kenji jumps back, his eyes filled with uncomprehending fear. How do you know my name? Damn, this can only mean one or two things. Either we have met and you're telling the truth and I just can't remember it, or you are a spy. He pauses. A psychic spy. His eyes dart around me, trying to speak into my room, although it's hard to believe he can see anything through those thick glasses. His mood swung from friendly to manic in less than a minute. I'm not psychic. How do I know that? I'm not a mind reader. Kenji points a finger at my face tanningly. Unlike you! Stop that, man. We met yesterday. What's wrong with you? I live in this room. Lies. If you think you can pass as Hisao because I'm legally blind, you're sorely mistaken. You don't even look like him. I mean, the resemblance is real slim, maybe out of distance, but who do you think you're kidding? I want to grab him by the shoulders and shake him, exasperated, rub my eyes and let out a heavy sigh. Stay there. Kenji comes closer one careful step at a time. I stay still, lest he assault me physically, although I doubt he could do much damage even if he did. Oh, wait. Oh, I see you now. Damn, it really is you. Sign again, and then once again for good measure, I step backwards just in case. What's up, man? You don't look so good, I think. Something wrong? I don't know, just had something stupid happen to me. A few stupid things, actually. even if you discount this one. I can't get a proper touch on other people here. And I have no idea if it's because of me or because of them. I don't even know why I'm telling this to Kenji. It's not like we've had any contact either. Oh, that's rough, dude. Yeah, I'm sorry about calling you a psychic spy and all, but you can never be too careful. It's the hard reality we live in. I'm slowly starting to think that Kenji isn't necessarily living the same reality as the rest of us. You see? This is how it is. This world, there's no justice. You see? Even when I lose, I win. Because I don't lose the lesson. I don't even lose my virginity. I'm a winner. What does that even mean? It doesn't matter. He dismisses it flatly with a wave of his hand. So what happened? Why the long face? Do you have a long face? It's nothing. I just scared some girl off accidentally. Literally too. She actually ran away from me. It was my fault, really, I think. I'm not really used to all this yet. A girl? A cute one? Cute? That's a hard question. She had a nice body and really beautiful hair, but the face... Oh, come on, man. But the face... I guess it can go either way. No, she was cute. Come on, you don't want to... Yeah, cute, I guess. I knew it. There are a lot of cute girls here. Strangely disproportionate amount. I believe this is one of the dark secrets of the school. I tried to warn you, man, but did you listen? I don't remember any such warning. Dark secrets? Yeah, dark secrets. Extremely dark, like a black hole. Have you noticed that the number of girls in school is slightly but significantly higher than the number of boys? It's like 60-40. He turns his head to the left and stares off in the distance at nothing. Why is it like this? I mean, to the untrained eye, it doesn't appear to be that bad. That's still a full 20%. One would think that school with such a huge pool of women would be a man's dream. But no. What I am about to tell you could blow your mind. Are you ready? I don't know where this is going, but I think I won't be missing much by cutting out now. No, I am not ready. I'll only get as far as shutting the door knob before Kenji starts talking again, showing that he doesn't really care if my mind is blown or not. I believe that the school is a battleground, the site of a feminist infiltration. This disparity in the number of men to women is a clear sign of how far they have come. In case this Cold War turns hot, they will have superiority in numbers. Just another skirmish in the eternal war against the forces of the feminists. Oh my god. They're everywhere. In Japan, women outnumber men. It's not a 60-40 split, but it's only a matter of time, man. In America, women are the majority by a hair. They're building up their numbers. In the past, the buildup of a military has always been the clearest sign of imminent war. Japan is just the first step. Our economy is badass, and the country itself is small and isolated, yet a huge part of the Pacific in terms of political value. The perfect target. They are so cunning, as expected of women. Soon the day will come when... Kenji's voice trails off ominously. That is why you can't trust them. They'll string you along and they kill you. Just as they killed me. You will end up just like me. Oh, hell no. Can't stop myself from blurring it out. Hey, what the hell does that mean? You said it, not me. The best I can think of. So? You're not supposed to say something like that? Damn, so rude. Where was I? Oh yeah, vast feminist conspiracy. Stop it. Stop. I lost you way back there somewhere around feminist infiltration. Too hard to follow? That's cool. I have some grass and stuff in my room. And puppets. You like puppets? No puppets. You like puppets, okay. Grass are still cool though, right? He speaks energetically. I gotta save him for last. It is already interesting. Is this secretly a girl? He is a conspiracy theorist. Let's see. He speaks energetically, responding almost before I'm done talking, moving his hands in an animated way as he continues to rant on. This is too strange. I had him pegged as relatively normal, but it's clear that I was wrong. Something in your mind, dude? Just thinking about what it's like to be the last sane man in an insane world. Kenji frowns deeply, looking deeply upset. You mean that's you? That can't be, because I'm the last sane man in an insane world. That is my dream. You can't just steal a man's dream. What the hell? There can't be two last sane men. You would have validated the whole last part. And that part's kind of important. There can only be one. Like in that forum movie where there can only be one. And in the end, there's only one dude left. I guess that was the point. Highlander, it's Highlander. I've never seen anyone talk so heatedly and so defensively about absolutely nothing before. Anyway, if you wait here, I can get my graphs. I also have a list of the other dark and complex conspiracies that this school holds, as tangled as... Quick, finish my analogy for me. Be a pal. I'm going to go to bed now. It's extremely late. That doesn't sound like an analogy, but whatever. I like you. You seem like a cool dude. Most people don't understand what I'm talking about when I try to explain the vast feminist conspiracy to them. Denial's a terrible thing. Later, he claps me on the back and then vanishes into his room so quickly and quietly it's like he didn't even open the door, but instead walked right through it like a ghost. I don't know if I can really fully digest what just happened, so I give up and just go to my room, kick off my shoes before falling face first into bed. Okay, I think I should stop there because I just realized the time. Holy shit. Is there a save? Oh yeah, there it is. Creating a save state. Wait, hold on. The main menu. So, first impressions. It is really good. Nothing has even quite happened yet, and yet just that beginning was enough of a hook to get me interested and keep reading. Now see, that would have been difficult with with Final Fantasy, because even when I was doing solo, like, you know, well, I was playing with Icy, but even when I was like reading at my own pace, like fast and stuff, like I was kind of skim reading it because honestly, I was a little kind of bored with the story. And the fact that I'm bored with the story, you know, in contrast to this, is like, yeah. Some of the fan stuff people I made from this guy is amazing. Oh, okay. But yeah, like, I like this. Like, that beginning was like, that was something, honestly. I was not expecting that kind of a beginning. Story matters indeed. It makes a world of a difference. So far, I'm liking the characters. They're pretty interesting. Definitely gonna pick that guy last. He seems like he'll be a hoot. For the girls, we don't know much about Hanako yet, but Lily and Shizune, they both seem pretty good. Like, so far they caught my attention, but it could be just because they've been the first ones. So I guess we'll just have to see. For now, though, we'll stop here. Most likely I'm gonna keep playing it, or keep reading this. This is good. I like it. And I kind of need to see what's gonna be the nude scene so I can warn Icy about it. Anyway. Thanks guys for joining. Oh shit, that's right, it's still on this. Hang on. Turn off the display. Alright, so we'll call it a night here. I'm glad I went this route instead of playing Final Fantasy. I think I would have been just suffering, actually. Now that I think about it, I probably would have been suffering through it. And that wasn't fun. That's kind of the reason why I decided to change my mind. I didn't want that to be how you guys would see me, you know what I mean? Like, it's not entertaining. So I thought, let's go with something actually fun, like something I'm actually into. And therefore, ended up with deciding to go for Katawa Shoujo. And so far, I feel like it paid off. I feel good. I have no regrets. And now I'm, like, intrigued. So I'm probably going to keep doing more of Katawa Shoujo in the future. I might temporarily replace Final Fantasy, at least until I get through it. Just until I get that, whenever I get the last last bit of energy to just push through the last bits of sorry, not Endwalker, fuck, Dawn Trail. Anyway, that's enough. Have a good rest of your morning, day, night, whatever. I will see you guys on Monday night with, I guess we won't know until Sunday night, actually, when I see the results of the poll. I've been seeing Nier Replicant catching up to Fallout 1, so we'll see where it goes. It's right now, it could be anyone's game, it could change. So, alright guys, till then, keep an eye out. I will definitely post the news, the update of the weekly schedule on Sunday night, so that way you guys know what to expect on Monday. Because on Sunday, yeah, I definitely want to see the results and be like, okay, that's it. Finalizing it, closing it. I'm going to commit to whatever is going to pop up. Alright, so till then, take care, and bye-bye.